Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I am, first of all, this is the Knits and Pieces Knit Chat Cafe. I'm Noelle, and this is
Kelly.
and we're coming to you from Southwestern Ontario, um,
Canada.
Canada. Yeah, we should say that. I guess not everybody might know Southwestern Ontario, but yes, we are in Canada. And this is we're a knitting podcast primarily. We do other crafts. This is our informal get together that we have every Tuesday night, which we started this over a year ago now, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we started it over a year ago, and basically, kind of in response to the pandemic, and people couldn't get together in the regular knit groups, but it's just become so much more because it's so nice. There's lots of you that we interact with that we never would be able to interact with if it wasn't for doing things virtually. So we've met so many more people, made so many new friends, and I know both of us feel really welcomed when we come here on Tuesday evenings.
We do.
And like we know that right now there's a lot going on in the world, and it just seems like the world's in chaos. And I know that I need still to be able to communicate with people and, share our friendship. And, it's when we look at things that are happening in the world, there's just not words. There's just, if someone had have said a few years ago that we would be going through all this, like the pandemic, so many natural disasters that we have to deal with. And now, what's going on over in Ukraine, it's just, we wouldn't have believed it.
No.
So,
and we both feel very privileged that we do have this safe space in our country right now, and this availability of the social media to be able to get together with friends. It definitely got us through some dark times in the pandemic, and
and now, the fact that we can do this and we can actually chat with you and have a good time with you is certainly not something that we take for granted.
No, absolutely not. So while all of that is on our mind, we are happy that we can come together tonight and enjoy this hour of friendship and knitting. And that's where we're going to leave that. And also today is a day for celebration as well, because I know that most of us in here are women. And
now sometimes my son-in-law watches.
Yeah, but today is International Women's Day, and I want to say a huge shout out to that. And empowering women, we have come a long way. We had a lot of obstacles to overcome to get to where we are today, and I think it's just super important that we have a day that we get to recognize all of those accomplishments and pat ourselves on the back and pat all of our female friends on the back and just keep lifting one another up and doing all the good things that is, in a woman's heart to do. So congratulations for Women's Day too. And so we have just about eaten up all of our welcome.
So I just want to say, I won't go through all the names here, but welcome everybody. We're so glad you're here. If this is your first time here, welcome. Again, this is just our informal knit chat that we do in the Knit Chat Cafe on Tuesday evenings. We do have a regular podcast, and on that podcast, we actually go through things in a little more detail. So basically, I know that there's people here from all over. It's so nice for you all to join us.
And if you're new and tonight's your first time, an extra welcome. And I hope you've brought something to work on and something to keep you cozy, in a mug.
Yes. Well, I just have my bubbly. Bubbly.
I have my lemon water.
Everybody probably doesn't know what bubbly is either, right? Like bubbly. It's actually bubbly, and it's just a sparkling water drink. It's like flavored club soda, basically, but it's good. So.
So, where should we start? So on to some.
Yeah. Well, what did you work on this week?
Well, okay. I'll show this. Okay. I worked on him on the weekend. I thought he'd be finished. He's not finished, but he does have an arm and a leg now.
Yay!
And He has a very cute little pair of
Oh, I
pants.
like his pants.
His tail is my favorite part. Look at this little button of a tail. This is the cutest thing ever. Now, they're a little bit high rise. This is, that's okay. This is Christopher Bunny, and he has a sweater, and I'm not done the sweater yet. I could have knit myself a sweater in the time it has taken me to work on this little bunny. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, it's for a worthy cause. Look at this.
That's cute.
So it's starting of a snowflake. There's going to be a little snowflake down here. And so that will be his little sweater. This is Christopher Bunny by Susan B. Anderson. And he has stolen my heart.
Yes, he's very cute. He's very cute.
His button tail is the best.
I like the tail.
And it's not a poofy tail. You actually had to cast on 3 stitches, knit up to 18, cast back down to 3, and stuff this little button of a tail.
Oh, you had to stuff the tail. Wow.
Had to stuff the tail and then sew the tail on. So he's like baby pull friendly. And so those of you that know us know that I have a grandson named Miles, and he's probably watching, but I don't think he'll remember. So this is headed to him. This is going to be part of his Easter gift this year. And I've been making him these little knitted animals since he was born. And he is only 4.5 months. So this is his 3rd little animal that he's gotten in 4.5 months. And I'm using leftover from our stash on. And it is the Lamo Garn Rauma. And I knit the Taxis mittens in this, and I love the way this yarn feels. This is probably the most rustic thing I've knit with, and I love this yarn. But it was perfect for the bunny. So that's what I worked on.
Have you knit with the Super Soft yet?
Yeah.
What did you knit with the Super Soft?
A swatch.
Okay.
I'm getting to that.
I was gonna say no, because I thought when you said the Lamo Garn was the most rustic thing you'd ever worked with, I think the Super Soft feels rougher than the Lamo Garn.
Well, but you're rushing me. You're making me jump ahead. That's for later in the visit. Okay. So do you want to talk about something now?
Sure. I finished my 2nd muscle burra.
And I'm still working on my first.
So anyway, this is done in Songbird fibers, and this is her sparkle sock. And it's got, can you see the sparkle?
I can see it. I can. Yeah.
So it's got a gold stellina in it, which is really pretty. So this is for my granddaughter Isla. But it's, like I said, it's a great pattern because there's the full length of the hat. And then you can turn up the brim basically however much you want, right? So it's really great for the kids because it'll fit them for quite a while. Now, I know the one that I did that I'd finished last, I've already given it to Molly, and Rachel said she won't wear her other hat now. She only wants the one with the big green pom-pom on it. So I didn't get a pom-pom for this yet, but I have to find a pom-pom to go on that. But I want kind of something maybe nice and bright and purple.
Very good.
So, but I was getting tired of knitting this by the time I got to the end of it. But then once I cast it off and fold it all up, I'm like, oh, I just love this so much. And so I've got another one. Well, I've got some more yarn ready to cast on. So this is going to be my next one. So I don't know if that's looking, it looks dark there, but it's got a lot of, let me see if I can hold it up so you can see the colors.
I'm really anxious to see how that's going to knit up in a tube.
So it's got a lot of purples in it. So Zoe's favorite color is purple. So this is Blue Moon Fibers. This is their Tigger Targhee. So there's the label. It's their Tigger Targhee. It's 100% Targhee. It's a fingering weight, and it's really springy.
It is.
Like it's really springy. It's got a lot of bounce in the yarn. Because I know, Kelly, you had tried to use it in a shawl.
It was too bouncy.
Yeah. Because you weren't going to get the drape, right?
I wasn't going to get any drape. And I love the color. So I'm going to see how you make out with that.
Well, I think it should be good for a hat because that bounce and that should work out well for a hat.
Yeah.
So I'm
and I know to see that
before. Yeah, I'm going to see. So this color is called Grapple, and it's coming out darker there than it actually is. It's actually like really purpley.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's going to be, I'm going to cast that on. I'm going to cast it on tomorrow because my other one's done and I need something that's just round and round. So,
And I just recall you saying, how can so many people keep knitting muscle burros?
I
Now your
know.
third.
Now I'm going to be on my third.
Right.
So,
I want to go back to a comment that Valerie made. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. She said that she made a Christopher bunny for a special needs boy who still believes it's his personal superhero that keeps the bad pain away. Valerie,
oh, that's awesome.
you have the biggest heart. You truly
right.
do. The lovely things that you do for other people. You're so selfless. And I think that's amazing to empower a young boy with that. Just, so that melts my heart. Thank you.
And that's when you really feel like when you've knit something like that and someone appreciates it that much and it does that much for them, that just.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So. And then I was going to say hi. Alexa is in here right now from Nova Scotia, and she's made a joke. She typed in, she said, just call me she who shall not be named, because we all know that I happen to have one of those devices down here in my room with me. And every time I say hello to her, somebody else starts talking, and then I can't get her to stop talking. So anyway, that's okay.
Anyway, Julia says that the Tigger Targi is called Tigger because it's so bouncy.
That's what I was thinking too. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It might be.
Yes, absolutely. And we all know Tiggers like to bounce. Exactly. Yes, Julia. Right. And Julia, can I say that your pressed flower shawl is turning out amazing? I've been following your little snippets on Instagram, and it's absolutely beautiful. And she is using the Freya.
Oh, the Freya fiber.
Yes, that it's a gradient that goes, and I think it's similar to the. You had yours was Freya as well, right?
Freya. Yep.
So she has two balls. One is different colors that go from the outside to the inside is a different color. And then her other ball starts with the inside color on the outside and goes back into the same color. So I think it's going to turn out similar to the concept of your pressed flower shawl, where you get a gradient going in and then the gradient rolling back out. It's going to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, Susan wants to know, Noelle, when you cast on, can you somehow do it so she can follow along? Are you on Instagram, Susan? Are you on Instagram? I'll wait for you to answer that, and then I have an idea for Noelle. So we'll see if you're on Instagram, okay?
Okay.
Or Zoom. That would be another thing too. We could do a Zoom, but I was thinking you could do a live on Instagram if she's on Instagram, and then she could follow along on there. So,
yeah, she is on Instagram.
Okay, so
is that just a live like you and I do sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll see what I can do. How do I hold the phone and do it at the same time?
You put it on your tripod, and I don't just mean live for Susan. Other people might be interested. You could just go live on Instagram
by myself.
Do you want me to come and hold your phone for you?
We'll work something out.
Oh, so. Goodness. Okay. All right. So on to my next thing that I worked on, my swatch. I did this on the weekend. So, I have a picture first.
Okay.
I decided to make, where did I store the picture firstly? All the way underneath all the things that you're going to show tonight, obviously. There we are.
Well, they're out there.
Okay. So this is the Always Vest by Anna. I'm sorry if I get the name wrong. I'm not sure if it's Daku or Deku. She is from Edmonton, I believe. And this is an Aran weight pattern, I think. Wasn't it Aran weight? We both looked at it.
Worsted. Was it
Aran or worsted or heavy worsted? So, but I love, I was just about to point at the screen. Nobody can see me what I'm pointing at, but I love this little side detail. So it's just a cropped vest. And I'm thinking this would be good to wear over a shirt with jeans or over like a higher waist dress. And I was determined to knit from stash, and I didn't have any of that weight in something that I wanted to work with. So I was talking to Noelle the other night. I'm like, what can I hold together? What can I what can I put together? I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. And we were going through a list of different things. And I said, what about this? And some of them I would have had to buy. And as I was talking and walking through my room, I said, well, I have this. I really like this. What would this look like held together? And look at this. Okay, this is the Holst Super Soft in oatmeal. Pair that with the Drops Alpaca, and I don't know what the color is because they're all just numbers, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
It looks like it was meant to go together. Yeah. This is like a really, really good match. So I would get the high loft from the Drops Alpaca and then the weight that I need with the Super Soft. And I love these colors together. So it's just a little bit of a kind of a mottled looking thing. So it was meant to be knit on, I think, size 6 needles. And I knew that this was going to be ever so slightly thinner than that fabric. So I decided to go down. I tried it on 2 needle sizes. And so I went down to the 5.5. And here's my swatch. Swatched or knitted, swatched, and blocked, washed and blocked too. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, that's pretty.
So this is with the 5.5.
Right.
And I think the gauge called for 15.5 stitches over 4 inches. And I was getting 16, I think 16.5 with this. But then I knit it with a 5. And I have to say, I like the 5.
I like the 5.
I like the fabric of the 5 better.
Yep.
And it is unbelievably soft, really, really soft. And so the Super Soft lives up to its name.
But you're also holding it with something.
With something super soft. Like this alpaca is just, it's not like butter, but it's pretty soft.
No, that's right.
So at the 5 millimeter needle, I get 17 stitches. So I did the math, 16.5 to 17, depending on So I did the math. And if I go up a size from where I want it to go, then I should settle right in, according to the math, I should settle right in with where I want the vest to be, because I think I needed the size 5, which was going to finish at a 44-inch bust. And the next size up, the 6, was quite a bit bigger. I think it went all the way up to a 49. But with my gauge, it should bring it down to the 44 again. So I think I'm going to cast that on. Isn't that pretty?
Mm-hmm. Very pretty.
Really nice.
So Kelly, what's the name of it? The sweater.
It's called the Always Vest.
Okay.
I'll type.
Gonna type that in.
Yeah, I'm typing that in. Well, I did type it. Where did it go?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go. Yep.
So that's what it's called. And I'm kind of all about these little vests. And I'm thinking for me, the idea of a vest is a nice little transition from winter to summer without going right into what we would call a traditional summer tee. You can still put on just a lighter shirt or a dress and throw this little vest over top. But I just really like that little detail that she's got going on down the side. And there's also, if you look up the pattern, there's also a nice little garter detail around all the edgings that I like, that follows the ribbing. And so I'm going to try that. But I totally love this fabric. This looks really... I know
I have some of that Drops Alpaca too, and lots of Super Soft. So I should see what I can come up with.
Well, it just, after
I like the look of the fabric.
Yeah. So after I finished the ranunculus, which was holding different yarns together, because I was using the Holst, but it was the Coast and the Holst Titicaca. And so now I'm just feeling the need to not the need, but the desire to sort of experiment with holding different yarns together and seeing what it creates for fabric. Right. And just when I was talking to you on the phone, and then this popped up, this was just kind of sitting here on the table, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That was meant to be. And so I was going to cast it on last night, but I spent the evening with a heating pad. I went for a massage, and it,
Oh,
sometimes it really gets into your neck. It needed it. It was good, but it kind of had that nauseous sort of feeling. So I just sort of took it easy last night. And yes, it is the Bluebird Box is her Ravelry
oh, okay,
Instagram
okay.
name. And she does have a podcast as well. She's a new podcaster. But I love that pattern. It's a really pretty pattern. So I'll keep you updated.
Yeah,
And the best part of a vest, there's no sleeve island.
that's right. That's right.
There's no sleeve island.
I know.
Okay. Have you
Anyway,
been
so
working on anything?
well, I finished my daughter-in-law's sweater, the Alias. So I've got a picture of it here. So this is the Alias cardigan by Isabel Kramer. I did it in Barocco Vintage DK in the dungaree colorway. I love the pattern. It's a great pattern. It's got really nice little details. So if you look, the little faux cable that goes up the sides actually goes right up into the collar, and the collar's a nice, like, deep turn down collar.
Mm-hmm.
And then the detail also goes down into the pockets. Like, the pockets go right down into the rib, and they're just kind of highlighted by the rib. So it was the first time I had done. It's a set-in sleeve, but you don't sew it in. You pick up your stitches all around, and then your sleeve cap is shaped by doing short rows. So that was the first time I've done that, and I really, really liked that method. And then you still got your shoulders aren't way out here. It's not a drop sleeve. You've still got
Mm-hmm.
the fitted shoulder detail. So yeah, it was kind of nice to do something different and have kind of a different shape. So it was, and even though, like, you did that, it was top down. So you still could kind of measure your bottom to see how long you wanted it. And you could still measure your sleeves to see what length you wanted in the sleeves. Because
Mm-hmm.
I find that's my major problem when I'm doing bottom up. And it's not that I'm averse to doing bottom up. I don't mind bottom up, but it's harder to know exactly your lengths because you don't know when you get it all together how it's going to affect, like the overall length of the sweater and the overall length of the sleeves. So yeah, so she really liked it. She said it was funny because she didn't notice the pockets until later, right? And like you said, they're not really pockets that you can fit
No.
much in, but
It's a design element. It's not
yeah,
it's not a pocket that you're, with our cell phones today being so large, there's no cell
no,
phone
that's right.
going in there. Maybe you could get a tissue. I don't know. Not too much,
Your
but
keys, you can put your keys in there, but then it weighs that. Like, I don't like the look of
well,
pockets when they get all
when they
stretched
get pulled
out.
down. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
So, okay.
yeah,
It's
so
really pretty.
it was fun. I got it all done. And then I've been working on since I got that done and I just finished the muscle burrow and my kit came. I'll show you the yarn in a bit, but
Okay.
my kit came for my next all over color work. So I thought, okay, I have to finish the one I'm working on first before I can go on and do a color work one. So I worked on my yell. So here's
I
my yell.
love what's the button bands that are on
The
there?
bands,
Well, it's
yeah.
not a bands. I guess there's
It's
no
just a
buttons,
band.
but yeah, the
Okay,
bands.
so this is the Yell cardigan by Marie Wallen. I have modified it a lot. So the original pattern has the sides going up exactly the same on both sides. You don't do any shaping like for around in here. There was no neck. So what I did was I did do shaping and I have a back neck, whereas hers just kind of came together at the center.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it stays up on you better if you've got this and you've got the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so what I did, I had done the whole body. What I did this past week is the band. So I've got a couple of pictures here to kind of show you how I did them. So the band, originally, you were just supposed to pick up all the way around, and then you knit the band back and forth. So you were doing color work, because this is the original design of the band, is this color work.
Mm-hmm.
So you did the color work going back and forth, so knit and purl. Well, if I don't I can do color work purling, but if I don't have to, I'd rather not. It's a lot easier just to do it knit-wise.
Right.
So in order to do that, I had to somehow or other make a circle. So the first thing I did was, if you look at this picture here, the two gray moss stitch bands are the bottom of the, you can't see it because the thing's in the way, but it's the bottom of the cardigan over here.
Right.
So once I picked up the stitches, I cast on 4 stitches, then I picked up all the way around. And then when I got to the end, I cast on another 3 stitches. So I had 7 stitches in the middle that were my steek.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then once those were cast on, I just did the whole band, which was supposed to end where you see that next section. I can't point to it. I know you keep wanting to point to it on the screen, but I can't. But you can see the colorwork bands, and then you come to another kind of gray moss stitch, 4 or 5 rows. So
Mm-hmm.
that was where the band originally ended, and you were just supposed to cast off there. And I thought, well, I don't know, like it's when the band's just stocking stitch, like when you do a rib band, it seems like it has more structure to it. But I thought, well, if I go ahead and I kind of do a facing after that, I can turn it down, tack it down, and it's going to enclose all of my steek stitches in the front, right? Mm-hmm. So my next picture here.
See, you're more of a sewer than you know, because that is how you would do. It's how you would face it if you were using fabric.
Yeah, I guess so. But anyway, so there's my picture of all my knitting. So it was all just in a giant circle around the whole cardigan with those steek stitches at the bottom that I was eventually going to have to cut.
Mm-hmm.
So here's I felted the steek. So I needle felt when I do the steek now, and it's great. So that's kind of what the fabric on the inside looks like after you've needle felted it. So you kind of get it to where there's like no distinction in those stitches at all. Like they're completely like matted. Okay, so the next thing I did, did I put the wrong one there? Did I show that one already?
That's the first one you showed.
Then I missed one. I must have put 2 of the same pictures. Anyways, I obviously have missed one and put the same picture in. Okay, so here's the finish. So now I'll go back to here. So what I had to do, so you can see the little piece that's in between the 2 moss stitch bands, that all had to be tucked under.
Yes.
Right. And then I sewed the bottom down and then folded over the facing. And I thought I'd do the facing I could have did it just plain, but I thought it looks kind of neat if I just do it in the color work that matches. Yeah. Well, it wasn't the same pattern that was on the front, but I thought if I just picked up this pattern that was in the body of the sweater, it kind of makes it look a little more finished. Mm-hmm. And then I've just sewn it all down, and I'm really happy with how it came out.
You should be ecstatic. It's absolutely beautiful.
Well, anyways, I'm happy with how it came out. I really like the facing idea because it makes everything neat and tidy on the inside, right? And everything's all covered. So you can see there's my sleeve where I've steeked. Now, one thing I did do when I did the sleeve steek, the pattern calls for only doing 5 stitches. If I were doing another sleeve steek or front steek, I would make sure I had 7 stitches just to make sure there's a little bit more, especially when you're using a fingering weight yarn, right? Because that's not very much fabric. 5 stitches is not even an inch. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely do a few more stitches. So anyway, so I had a lot of fun doing this. So I thought I had to finish this one before I moved on to anything else. So I've got my one sleeve on the way. So the sleeves basically follow the body. So the sleeves go down so far with that kind of flowery pattern, and then they move to that Fair Isle pattern at the bottom.
It's gorgeous. So, absolutely beautiful.
And there's my yarns that I'm knitting from. So this is Holst Garn Super Soft in Sweet Pea, and this is Holst Garn Super Soft in Oxford. And okay, so that's what's left of this cone. So if I weighed it, there's about maybe 75 to 80 grams left on there. This is the 3rd sweater from that yarn, from one cone.
We think the cones are about 40 grams. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
So you always get extra. That's the issue.
Yes.
So this one, I weighed this before I started knitting with it. It was 600 grams. So you buy a cone that's supposed to be 500 grams. This was 600. And so if the cone weighs 40, it's considerably more than 500 grams of yarn that you're getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even, I don't know where it went, but my cone that I use for my ranunculus, there's still way more than half of that cone left. But it's nice. And if you have friends that have Holst as well, then
that's right.
You've got a bigger supply to steal from, because how many sweaters do you need in the same color?
Well, that's right. And especially if you're doing something like this and you've got I'm not even going to use, like, a lot of those colors don't even use 20 grams.
No, exactly.
Right. So
So it's a
But
great,
I just like
great
buying the
resource.
cones because they're just nice to look at.
I know. I have them set up back here just so I can look at them, and I've got more on the way.
It didn't come yet?
No, it didn't come, but it's in.
No, because you're supposed to call me the minute it comes. I need to see it.
It's moved into the. I don't know. I love their terminology because when you order from Denmark, they just send you these shipping updates in their language, and the first one that they send is it's called packet, or I'm saying that wrong. I know that, but it's PAKKET, packed. And then now it's in Afsund, or AFSENDT. So I'm assuming that means sent. And so it's on the way somewhere.
Okay.
But yes.
Okay. So Mary wants to know if the yarn's scratchy. Mary, to me, it's not, but a better test will be when Kelly gets her sweater done with it and she wears it, and then she can let you know.
Well, I know that if I hold it with alpaca, it's incredibly soft.
Okay, but Kelly, how does that feel after blocking it compared to before you blocked it?
Oh, you know what? Okay. I don't think it feels like a whole lot different. It felt soft when I was working with it.
But it's hard when you've got the alpaca in there with it.
Yeah, and the alpaca is so soft.
It's soft, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'll keep everybody updated, obviously. Yeah. But
yeah, so Mary, I've done a lot of sweaters with the super soft, and I mean, when I'm working with it, I definitely would say it feels scratchy, but I don't find it scratchy, but I don't want people to use that as the same for everybody, because everybody's tolerance is different. So,
So,
Tracy says she has some more of the granite color. Granite. I think I have enough, Tracy, but I'll let you know if I need it.
Pat's asking for recommendations for a cropped pullover for an 18-year-old, very slim granddaughter. Well, I'm going to say the Love Note. I would say the Ranunculus, but you would definitely have to go down some weights or needle sizes if she's very slim, because that's meant to be a bit of an oversized sweater. But I'm definitely going to say the Love Note, because
or there's Nurtured. There's Nurtured by
Nurtured would be nice, or a Shifty, any of those.
Because that was kind of like Jacqueline really liked that. I mean, Jacqueline's a lot older than 18, but sorry, Jacqueline, but she is a lot older than 18. But she really liked the Nurtured, and I think that looks like a younger style kind of. Well, not that I think all the really cropped ones look like a younger style, just because I don't like the way they look on me.
Margaret is saying that she finds whole super soft is crunchy, but then after it's washed, it's much softer. So the more you wash it, the softer it gets.
Yes.
Well, she does not find it prickly.
You have felt mine after I've washed them. Like, is that one that I did, the one that I just finished with in the cream color, like that felt. So anyways, Valerie says So Faded is another one.
Oh, that's right too.
And Marie says the Party Top. Yep.
You know, I think another one by Andrea Mowry that would be really fun for a younger person too is the one that Julia's working on, Stripes. Yeah, that could be a lot of fun for a young person too.
Or there was that mosaic one that she did too that had like the 3 colors. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was cropped and it was mosaic with 3 colors in the body. I remember you liked it when it first came out, but I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, yes. Yes. Is it
even tide or something like that? Tide,
yes.
Yeah.
Carbeth, that's another great idea. I would probably suggest the Carbeth sweater instead of the cardigan. But
you have to figure out, first of all, like, do you want one that's heavier weight or one that's lighter weight? And a lot of times if you go into Ravelry, I don't know if you can search for that. If you can search for like the cropped style, I know you can search by your yarn weight.
I think
even fall.
Even fall. Okay. I knew it was even something. Yes. And then Sheila mentioned that younger podcasters really seem to like the Jessie Maid as a designer.
Yes.
And that's
Jessie Maid, like the sweater that I showed last week that I did for Little Red Mitten was the Cozy Classic Raglan.
Raglan, yes.
By Jessie Maid. The pattern, the writing in the pattern is wonderful. Like it's really, really well written. And that one, I did do it longer. They wanted it longer, but that one is actually a cropped pullover. And she does have a lot of really cute little tank top ones. And And I mean, the thing is, I guess if you're doing a cropped one, like for us, if you want to make it longer, you can make it longer.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So.
Yeah. Well, pretty much any sweater could be made a crop, right?
Yes. Yes. Natalie said she's just got a new one out that's got that buffalo plaid on it. That was by Jessie Maid, because she came out with a hat first and now she's come out with the pullover in it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, it was Soldatna. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. That is a good one.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So lots of great ideas. So, okay. So did you work on anything else?
Well,
your
my hat's getting longer.
Yeah, it is.
I worked on it. We went to Costco on Saturday.
Oh, so you took the muscle burra.
So I took the muscle burra.
Yeah.
So I could just endlessly knit, and I got about that much knit.
Yeah.
The way
like it's a great project for the car and that, because you don't have to think about anything.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So got some goodies at Costco. Good new shower head.
Oh, good.
It's all good. So.
Okay, so I did a little more knitting. Look what
she's got back. She's got her sock mojo back.
I'm finally working on the second one. So I started this yesterday because I didn't have the muscle burrow anymore. And I'm like, okay, I was doing a Zoom call and I thought I got to knit something and it can't be the color work. So I got it out. And you know what? Once I got into it, it was like, this is okay. I still like knitting socks. So yeah, so I don't know if I'll catch up. I'll eventually get back there. And especially in the summer when it's too hot to have something big on your lap.
Yes, that's when
so I know I'll be able to do more in them. But yeah, so this is the cardamom tea pattern. And this is again the Croy yarn. This color is called Bramble Stripes. It's really
pretty. I love
that
colorway. It is.
Now I did have to do yarn management. Like look at my ball. I had to cut it all apart to get it to match. And I think that
because
kind
the
of
Croy is always a little bit on the short side too, right?
Yeah. So I have a different yarn in there for the heel. It is Croy, but it's just a plain gray in there for the heel. So anyways, because I got my sock mojo back, I thought
just wait. Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna. Okay, go on.
We'll do the giveaway first.
Do the giveaway. I had something else to add, but all right.
Okay. Well, you can add it while they're typing in.
No, I can't. It's bigger than that.
Okay. So we're gonna do a giveaway, and we're gonna give away one of these skeins, and these are our Zilana Air.
Where's Pearl? Get Pearl out.
Oh yeah, she's behind me. She's watching.
There she is.
So here's Pearl the possum.
Pearl the possum.
Okay, so we are going to give away one of these skeins. It's Zilana Air, and it is 40% cashmere, 40% brushtail possum, and 20% mulberry silk. Okay, so that was one thing I wanted to start this week. I was going to use one of these balls.
Unbelievably soft. Unbelievably soft.
But I couldn't decide what color I wanted to use. This color is like it doesn't. They have names. Mine
says charcoal, and that's the same one.
Okay, so that's this one. This is charcoal. Yeah, this one charcoal. I don't know what the name is. It just has a number, but we'll call it berry.
Okay.
Okay. So I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, whether I wanted to do a berry or a charcoal. So I thought, okay, well, we'll give one away. So whoever wins on this gets to pick which one they want to have, and then I'll cast on the other one.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So in order for the giveaway this time, we want you to type in hashtag. Did I put it in there? Oh, Sock Mojo. And I will start that. So it's hashtag Sock Mojo.
It's usually bigger though. Oh, there it is. Okay. Now that's where we want it to be.
Okay.
So you can start typing that. You only need to type it one time. It doesn't matter how many times you type it. They're only going to grab one comment from each person. Pearl's keeping track. So if you would like to have some lovely yarn that has some possum in it, you can't believe how soft this is.
And remember, there's cashmere too. Let's not let's give cashmere its due too.
It's so soft. I'm not allowed to say it's like butter anymore, but
it's not. It's like Julia always says it's like a baby's butt. Or would you just do this to a baby's cheek and it's so soft?
Speaking of babies, some really big firsts on the weekend for Miles. Miles had his first food. He loved it. You would think he was ready for a steak. She gave him one bite, and then the next time he even saw the spoon, he was like dive bombing forward to get his mouth onto it. He was ready to learn to eat. And then at the park this weekend, he had his first big boy swing. And
oh, wow.
I was trying to put in a little video that she sent me. It's just a little 10-second video, and his smile, it will light up your day. She did it in slow motion, and this smile was just incredible. He was so happy to be on the swings, but I couldn't get it to load in here.
So he liked it.
Loved it.
Okay.
You know, they're having great weather out west too, so he's enjoying the sun, having a great time, doing all the things things that a 4.5-month-old does.
Zoe did not like swings when she was little, and she still does not like swings.
He belly laughs. He likes it so much. He's belly laughing, and you know that's like the best sound.
Well,
ever.
I know. Isla absolutely loves it. She's like that with that. It's like higher.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't even have any knitting to do right now because my muscle burr is done. Not that I ever did anything during knit chat anyway, other than like maybe 2 rows or something, but just feels funny. But I just couldn't get that cast on. I just wanted to knit the color work. So.
Well, you should do the things we are all the boss of our own knitting.
Exactly.
You can knit what you want to knit. Don't knit if you don't want to knit. You know, we call this a time for knitting, but if you just want to sit and listen to the shenanigans, you're welcome to do that too. You do whatever you want.
That's right.
I was reading a comment, and I forget who made the comment this week, but they said that this is their time and their husband knows. And she said sometimes her husband will even remind her, it's almost time. It's almost time. Yeah. And we're just so happy to have everybody in here with us. This is so much fun.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Are we ready here?
Well, I don't know.
Sarah's
I think you're always ahead of.
I'm always ahead. Sarah says she's not knitting right now either. She's tired from work and in a weird place in all her projects. I know that's the thing too, right? Sometimes you're like, what am I going to knit? Because I can't take this because I can't think about having to do math or you're doing something with a couple of colors and you just don't want to get them mixed up. And sometimes you just need the right project for the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Okay, we're going to wind this down in 10 seconds. I think we've got, my screen says 119 entries. Is that what you've got?
Well, it's too little. I can't see it.
Oh, okay.
So
mine says 119. Okay.
Okay.
So I think we're all in, and spin the wheel.
Okay.
See who wins.
Oh, I got 120.
120. Oh, I see 120 now too. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 121. Okay. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. We should have had the counter going. 6, 5,
yes.
4, 3. Oh, 23, 2. I feel like an auctioneer. 23. Do we have 24?
We do have 24.
Okay, going once, going twice.
Okay, spin the wheel, Vanna.
Gone.
Who's going to win the yarn? Who's going to win it? Peggy Borg. Yay, Peggy.
Yay, Peggy. Congratulations. So you can just type in there. Which color you want, either the berry or the charcoal. So, okay. That was fun. It's always fun doing that.
I love giving that stuff away.
Yep. So Julia said I actually counted right. Normally, like not 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I've been working on that with her, Julia. Telling her she needs to slow down to everybody else's speed. So,
Sharon said that her and Peggy are working. Oh no, not Peggy. Sharon said she's working on socks for Sock Madness. I've looked at that, but I can't do it. I can't commit the whole time for doing. Okay, Peggy wants berry. I got that. Set it aside. I can't commit a whole month to just doing socks because the minute it's like I have to do this, it's like, but I don't want to do that. I want to do something else.
I know, right?
But that's kudos to the people that do it, because some of those patterns are pretty intricate. So
okay, so we also have some other news too. This is mostly just news for Noelle and I, but we are so happy, so damn happy that we just feel the need to share it. And can you cue the confetti? Cue the confetti.
I can. Just wait.
It always goes too slow for me when I do it.
Okay.
We've been waiting for this for a long time. A long time.
Okay.
We're going on a little trip.
It's a big trip.
We're going on a big trip. We're going to Montreal, to Knit City, Montreal. And we are so excited. So excited. We have wanted to go away for, well, it's been almost 2 years. It was 2 years ago in January.
It was 2 years. It was 2 years. Yeah.
We were in New York, and that was our last knitty trip. And we have been longing for a little trip.
Yep.
So we are away, and that is the first weekend in April.
Yep.
And I hope that we get to see the people that are there, that we know, that we've met on here. That would be super cool. The people that we have in here on KnitChat, if we could meet some of them while we're there.
Going.
What's that?
Elena says she's going.
Yes, I've been watching some of the names. Maris is there. I know that's where Janie lives. I don't know if she'll be there or not, but like, I'm just hoping that we get to see you. And we're so excited. We're just and we're taking the train. Yes, I haven't been on a train since I was a teenager. So we're taking the train. We're going to knit on the train. So that's what I was thinking about the socks. Like, that would be a great time to bring your sock mojo back, because it doesn't take up too much space to travel with socks. And then that will leave us more room to bring yarn
Bring stuff back.
So yeah, we are ridiculously excited. That's a good idea. Valerie says we should plan a meetup. Absolutely. We will keep reminding you that we're going before we go. And if any of you are there and you're going to be coming and you would like to get together, we could have, like we could do like a live from Montreal knit chat, maybe. Who knows?
That's right. But we'll have another podcast before we go.
Yes, absolutely.
Like a regular podcast. But so now I'm thinking, well, what do I want in it to bring? So that's why I want to get my cardigan finished, my Yell cardigan, because I think that time of year cardigans are good, because if you get too hot, you can take them off, because you just never know. It could be hot, or it could be freezing cold. You just don't know. So, and we're staying at the hotel that the event's taking place. So that'll be nice. So even if the weather is really crappy, once we get there, we really don't have to go anywhere. It's all right there. So.
And Julia says that she thinks that the Via train from Toronto to Montreal is a brand new train. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to find out. I
haven't been on a train since Jacqueline lived in Toronto, which was 10 years ago now. So.
Alexa wants to know if Montreal is ready for us. I don't know.
I used to live there.
Oh, darn.
But when I was 5. So, I don't think they remember me.
I haven't been there in a long time, a very long time. So I am, like I said, ridiculously excited. We talk about this all the time. We had talked about it at first, and we're like, no, that's still too many people. We're not ready to go. And then we talked about it again and just decided, okay, if we can get tickets, if everything lines up, and everything lined up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, Michelle says she's only 16,000 kilometers away. She doesn't think she can make it. Darn.
Darn. Maybe next year. I
don't know why. Says they don't have huge fiber festivals there, and she wondered if we could we can probably do a little taping of some of the venue.
Absolutely. We'll put something together. Marissa says that she'll be in booth 3 on Sunday all day. Okay. Well, I hope you should, if you could send us messages. I won't be able to remember the things that but as it gets closer, make sure that you reach out to us and let us know if you're going to be there. I think so. This year, what they're doing, this is the first time it's in Montreal too, right? Because it was supposed to be the first
2 years ago, and
2 years ago it was canceled due to COVID. So we actually had to book our time at the venue. So we are going Remind me, Noelle. We're
going Saturday morning to the marketplace.
To the marketplace, yes.
Yes. And Sunday afternoon to the marketplace.
No.
Yes.
Oh, and Sunday afternoon.
Yes, Sunday afternoon to the marketplace.
Yes.
And we're going to the knit night on the Saturday night. Yep.
So, don't know if it'll be as much fun as hanging out with knit night with all of you, but we're going to find out. That's right.
Tracy's going too, and she's got a 7-hour train ride, so she's a little closer than what we are, but we're a long train ride.
Yeah, but it's 5 hours. It's 5 hours from Toronto to Montreal. And then,
yeah, but it's a couple of hours from here to Toronto. Now we got to change trains. And the way back is a long day.
Yes, it is.
Because we're coming all the way back to Sarnia. And a train from Toronto to Sarnia, which you could drive in 3 hours, takes 5 hours.
Michelle says that she's going to start rowing the cork raft and she'll get there in time for 2023.
Okay. We'll pick you up. Montreal is a port city. We'll pick you up.
A port city or a cork city?
A cork city. Well, I like port too. So it could be a port city.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Montreal's not ready for us. Oh, the shenanigans. I can't wait. I just can't wait. And so it's coming up really quick because we leave on April the 1st. Is that right? 1st? Yes.
Yep, on the Friday, and then we don't come back till the Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I'm taking Tuesday off work. Catch up.
So yeah, Natalie said she was going to go 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a few people were. Actually, Knit City is the first big festival I ever went to. Not Montreal, obviously, but I went to the one in Vancouver, and that was my first yarn festival. And, or I don't know, I guess it's called the Yarn Festival, right? That was my first one. And I thought it was really well organized, and I had a great time. I went just for a day. I didn't take in any of the other side events. I just went to the marketplace, but I got the bug there, I'll tell you. And I took Kendall with me, and Kendall is not a knitter, but she certainly is a good yarn shopper. She could shop for yarn for the things that she wanted me to make for her, for sure. So it was a lot of fun. And I thought about going to the Montreal one 2 years ago, and then I don't know, it just wasn't lining up. I had the yawns all of a sudden.
Well,
I'm thinking about them and I can't stop.
Okay.
Beth says that she's going to help row the raft. Okay. Okay. And Olivia went to Stitches West last weekend. It was the first show since February of 2020.
2020. Yeah.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sheila, just do it.
Just do it, Sheila.
Just do it, Sheila.
Sheila says she wants to fly to Montreal. When is Knit City in Vancouver again, Sheila? I think it's in September, isn't it? Because I know Kendall and Derek are coming here in August for Damon's wedding reception. So I might be enticed to go in September out to Vancouver. I'm sure Noelle would come out with me, wouldn't you, Noelle?
Well, I have a wedding in September.
Oh, on the 25th, though? Is it the 25th, I think? When's your wedding?
But then I'm going to Turkey and Greece.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. The wedding is the beginning of September. It's Labor Day weekend. So
right. Okay.
Well, see, I thought I looked at it, and I thought it was a different date than that, but maybe it is September. I thought I looked at it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just excited about this one.
Me too.
Fiber festival at a time.
I know. It will just be.
Oh, Sheila says she's on the flight network right now. That would be so much fun.
In October. It would be so much fun. Yes. Yeah. I got to meet Sheila when I was in Vancouver, as a lot of you know, and so then you could meet her too, Noelle. She's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. She's our kind of girl. You'd like her. What else do we have? Elaine wants to know if anybody else is planning to go to the Yarn Festival in PEI in September. I haven't heard about that one.
And it was supposed to be 2 years ago, and it got canceled. So
okay.
So this will be the first year.
And I know
it's sponsored by Fleece and Harmony.
Oh, okay. Now, locally for us, we have Kitchener is back on this year. So,
Well, there's a fiber festival in 2 weeks. The
where's
Hamilton
that?
Fiber Fest.
Oh, the Hamilton
Hamilton.
one. Yes, I
Yeah,
saw that.
that's March 20th. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, that's only a 2-hour drive for us.
Yeah. It all depends, like March 20th, it all depends on the weather.
It'll be fine by then. It'll be fine. It'll be
I've driven with
grand.
you. I've driven with you somewhere that wasn't fine and we shouldn't have been driving.
Yeah, but that wasn't in March and it wasn't at the end of March. It'll be grand.
It was in December and the weather was crap.
I know we shouldn't have gone, but we
We
did, and we had
have.
fun. We lived to tell about it. So, Pat's going to
freezing
Rhinebeck
rain.
in October. That would be. You've
I
been
can't-
once. I've
can't
not
do
been.
this year, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I think you have to plan almost a year ahead for Rhinebeck.
So
yeah. And Sheila's confirming it is September 24th and 25th in Vancouver. So. Somebody else has said if they drag out their bicycle and start pedaling now, they will get there on time.
there you go.
Yeah, that's
There you go.
great. Well, again, we're just looking forward to seeing everybody and seeing all the squish. And yeah, and it's just nice. It's ridiculously excited about having a little weekend getaway.
That's
too.
right. To like, yeah. So
It's been a long time, and we travel pretty well together, Noelle and I. So
my head's going by the screen. I'm just moving it.
Your floating head.
My floating head.
Your floating head
that I almost stepped on after the last podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So
what else have you got there?
My yarn.
You should have taken it out of the plastic before this.
That's not plastic, it's tissue.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the pattern.
Very nice.
Okay, I'll try to do this quietly. I'll just show you some of the, well, that's just like this color is called Kelpie. So it's kind of really just like a dark blue.
Can you tell us what this yarn is first?
The yarn is Alice Starmore Hebridean. So it's from Scotland. This color is called Kittiwake. It's so pretty.
I like that.
And then there's a dark green that's called Kaluna. I don't know how those colors are coming across on the screen, but it's... And then this one is called Driftwood.
Very nice. That's your color.
That is definitely my color. This one's really pretty. It's called Lapwing.
Nice.
And then this one's really cool. This one is called Pebble Beach.
Oh, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, and really, like I said, I don't want to start that one until I finish the other one. And it is a short, well, they classify it as a cropped cardigan, but measurement-wise, it's a regular cardigan on me. So it'll be a regular cardigan. So I ordered that. It was amazing. I ordered that from Virtual Yarns. They carry all of Alice Starmore's designs. A lot of her designs you can only get when you buy the kit. But then she does also have some books. Like I think there's one called Glamoury. There's one called Tudor Roses. Mm-hmm. And the yarn feels amazing. So I'm really looking forward to working with it. But I ordered that from Scotland. And a week. It only took a week exactly to get to Sarnia from Scotland. It takes longer than that probably for something to get from London to Sarnia.
Sometimes, yeah, it does. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, but yeah, so I'm going to do that. If I really like it, I might get another kit, maybe. So we'll see how I like the yarn. It's nice to try these different yarns. Like I really did like the, when I did the Primrose with Marie Wallen's British breeds, but like it's a really expensive yarn. I can't afford. This one is a little bit more cost effective than the British breeds. It's not quite as much, but then the feel of the yarn is a little different. So, you know, they're all different, right? So, but sometimes you can interchange some of them. And I mean, the whole Super Soft is really cost effective and it still makes a really nice sweater.
Absolutely.
For color work. So
it is perfect for color work.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody had asked earlier and then we got all caught up in giveaways and travel plans. They were talking about our Smash That Stash.
Okay. Yep.
And they were wanting to know how long it's running for.
Okay. So Smash That Stash runs until the end of March. So it runs until March the 31st.
Mm-hmm. And down below, this is the hashtag that you can put your items into Instagram if you like. So we have a Ravelry group where you actually put your finished objects in, and that's going to be eligible for the prize. But if you want to show off the project, and we hope you do, then you can add that into Instagram using that hashtag, and we can see it in there too. So that's one of our make-alongs that we have going on. And then the other one that we have is our socks. I'll add that in. Oh, hang on a minute. I got two things going now. There. And that's hashtag KNP 2022 socks. And that is also in our Ravelries where you enter your socks, and we run that one all year long. We do draws each month. We normally have a pattern prize, which is generously donated by our friend Natalie of Remembrances Pottery. And then we also have usually a yarn prize. So get your socks in there. We want to get to 2,022 pairs this year. Last year we had 1,630-ish, I think. Mm-hmm. So we know that you can do it. And some people are well on their way with multiple entries already. So keep that going. We love to see what you're making. I downloaded a couple of pairs of sock patterns today. And I'm thinking, maybe I should knit some of the ones that are already in my library, but why would I do that? That would be foolish.
I know when I think about a new sweater and I think, oh yeah, I have patterns. Maybe I should work on those. And then it's like, but I really like this one. So Susan wants to know if DK Shorty socks count. Yes, they count.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And yes, you can double dip.
That's right, Natalie. You can double dip in, if you do it with stash and it's socks, it can go in both.
Double dip. Yeah, absolutely. And what else did I want to say? There was something else I had in here.
So this is stash. This is probably I've had for over 4 years, which is still relatively new stash for me. So that'll be, if I get that one done by the end of, not that I can enter it anyways, but I have been working on some stuff from my stash.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't seem to stop me from buying any more though.
And if there's anything that you want to reach out to Noelle or I about, we've got our Instagram names are on the bottom of the screen right now. I'm the Tangle Stitch everywhere, and Noelle is at Noelle's Knits and Pieces.
Yep.
If it's something that you need to get together in an email that you can't just send in a quick message, then this is our email address. If there's something that you want to send, and Peggy, if you could send us your mailing.
I think we might have it because she won something before.
Might have it. I just don't know if I keep.
Okay.
We'd have to go back. If you could just email it into us again, Peggy. Yeah, I think she was one of our sock winners, right?
Yep.
And I don't know if that was before we started keeping good notes or after. So we got journal books. We're trying to be more organized, and we keep better track of that. But if you could send us in your mailing address, Peggy, then I will get that yarn out to you in the mail. And did we have anything else that was housekeeping that we needed to deal with, or was that it? I'm looking around here.
One thing did you see that new pattern that just came out on Ravelry for the scarf? It was the one that was all things great and small.
No.
It's a Fair Isle scarf, and it's long. It's from the show All Creatures Great and Small, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, and it's a free pattern.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I really wanted to. Did anybody see that? I should have posted the picture in here, but it looked really neat, and it was pretty long. But you could, if you wanted to, graft the ends and do it as a double cowl. But it was really a neat looking scarf, and it was the kind of Fair Isle that I like to do. And I think it had about 11 different colors in it. It was the designer kind of modeled it on the scarf that the person wore in. I haven't seen the film or the movie or whatever it is, the show. I haven't seen that. So, but she modeled it after that, and it looks amazing. So Susan said she saw it And Kim, yes, All Creatures Great and Small. It's from the new version of All Creatures Great and Small. And yeah, it's gorgeous. So I really thought I should cast that on. And because it's all in a tube, like a lot of your ends, you could just kind of do like the weave and Steven for a few stitches, and you wouldn't have to even really cut anything because it's all going to be in the middle of the scarf. So,
is it actually called that? Oh. That's strange. It's not coming up. Oh, there's.
Did you find it? It is all creatures great and small.
I don't know.
Does anybody know the name of the designer?
Is it May Marie Joy? Is that the one that I'm looking for? Is there a picture of a man wearing it? Is that what you're getting at?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the odd thing is there's no picture for the pattern.
Isn't he wearing the scarf?
Yeah, but that's just part of somebody's project. There wasn't a picture under
on the thing there was a picture of.
So is it this guy? That guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's from the TV show, and he's wearing that on the TV show.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I looked at I downloaded the pattern and looked at it. It's all graphed out. And
okay. Well, I'm just confused because when I pulled it up, that didn't come up. I had to go down the page to something else. So maybe I've done something wrong. Normally it would come right up. I don't know.
Does it say who the designer is?
No, May Marie Joy was the person who made that one. Hang on one second. So Leslie Booth, is that it?
Okay. So Leslie, oh yeah, that someone's got that here. Elaine says the pattern is Leslie Booth.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. When I pulled up the pattern, that's what came up.
Okay. Well, I must have saw it on the one.
Yeah, but you're right. It is a free pattern.
Yep.
And they're using Jameson.
So what was the pattern? Jumper. What was the pattern name?
All Creatures Great and Small Shetland Scarf. But again, like there's no picture, but it's published in Leslie Booth's Ravelry store. So, as I said, she's using the Jameson and Smith 2-ply jumper weight. So it's a perfect substitute for the Holst. Yeah, perfect. And that would be fun. You're right. That would be a fun long.
Okay, so there, I just put that up there. All Creatures Great and Small Shetland Scarf.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they actually, even in the pattern, they have the colors of Spindrift or the colors of Jameson and Smith. So if you wanted to actually go and get the actual colors, but I kind of looked at the colors, and I know I have colors very similar to those in my Holst stash.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I just think it would be fun. So. Oh, Kim is saying for anybody in Australia, Yarn Glorious Yarn has Holst Coast and Holst Titicaca.
Okay.
So.
And I know here, for us, Little Red Mitten has a really good supply of it. In Vancouver,
they have the super soft.
For the super soft, yes.
Yep.
But I think they're getting other ones in. Are they not?
I think they are. Yep. Yep.
And then if you're on the West Coast, I know that Wet Coast Wools has a really good supply of it as well. So,
yeah. So.
And then, of course, you can, depending on where you live. I know for us here in Canada, it's feasible to order directly from the factory. That may not be the case depending on where you're living, though.
That's right. And we when people ask about customs duties or brokerages, I think those are all subject to who knows what, because sometimes we get charged it, sometimes we don't. You and I have not ever been charged it from Holst.
Mm-hmm.
But we usually try to keep our order like around $100 US.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or I think that calculates to about 130 or a little more Canadian. But yet I've ordered from the States and not been anywhere near $100, and sometimes get charged duty and sometimes I don't.
That's right. Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
I think it's the mood of the of the Border Patrol on that day, on that particular day.
So
maybe they're a fellow knitter. Maybe we get a knitter there and they're like, oh, we're not going to charge duty on this. Who knows? I was also thinking of casting this on. I've already moved the yarn, but this is the pattern and yarn that I won from Muskoka. Why can't I remember
Yarn
that? The
Connection,
Muskoka
Yarn
Connection.
Connection.
Sorry. And I really like this. And I know it's probably getting too late in the year to cast this hat on because it's a bulky weight, but I thought, oh, it'll be done really quick. And I really
And
like
then
the
it's
pattern.
done. It's done.
I know.
There's no wrong time, Kelly. There's no wrong time to knit what you want to knit.
And then next year when it's time to wear it, I've already got
It'll
a
be
hat.
ready. That's right.
I know. But it's really pretty. It's a really pretty pattern. So I was thinking about that. And then that's a quick project too, right?
Yep.
Instant gratification.
Yep.
Nearly instant.
Yep. So.
Mary wants to know, would anyone be willing to send a swatch of Holst to do the scratchy test? Where do you live, Mary? Maybe we should find that out first. There might be somebody that lives firstly near you.
Valerie said that she would.
Oh, okay. Mary, she says she can. Okay. Okay. Anything else that I've missed? Michelle says she bought Nora Wakari from Yarn Glorious Yarn for her night shift shawl. Blast from the past. Yes.
Yep. So
I still have 2 skeins I have to do something with. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I still have 2. Do you have any left, or did you use it all up?
I just have 1.
1?
Yeah. But I mean, I could use that one with something else, like a solid or something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, because it would even look nice as the flowers in a pressed flowers.
It would. Yeah, it would.
Because it's that one that you have that's got like the corals and peachy and pinky. So that would look really pretty. If you picked like, I don't know. I'd have to take it in and match up a background to it. But I think that would look nice in that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So that's right, Kim. Shift Happens was 12 months ago.
Was it really? Wow. Time flies. It really does.
Yep.
Really does. So speaking of time, we're at 1 hour and 12 minutes.
That's right, Susan. If I did that, I would be smashing that stash, but I'd have to find something in my stash to go with it, which I probably could find. So
I know.
Anyway.
Well, I don't know. I say that I'm going to get through some things and then I buy more yarn. So I'm never any further ahead. I'm just farther behind, but you know what? I'm having fun doing all of it.
That's
so
right.
Isn't that what matters?
That's right. That's right. So,
okay.
Anyways, well, we should probably
wrap it up.
Yep.
Well, I didn't get very much done tonight. Only an inch.
I didn't get any done. But you know what? Even though I don't usually get that much done, it feels weird not to have my knitting at least in my hands. So next week I'll have to have something just to be holding on to it, even if I'm not knitting with it.
I feel like this ball had to have been bigger than 100 grams. Like I feel like I'm knitting forever on this. It's just one skein of yarn. How long can it take? Ay. That's another hat I won't need by the time I get it finished.
Oh, well, they're like, I think those hats, because it's not, I don't think there's going to be a fit issue with them. I think those would make great presents because it would be easy to make it and not have to worry too much about the depth of it or anything to fit somebody else.
Yeah, so, I think, I don't know if I'd have that much knitting in me in stockinette. Like I do get bored of it. It's perfect for this. It's perfect. This is like a perfect activity for here. But it doesn't really hold my interest to work on outside of that. So I need something a little bit more.
Well, I like it for Zoom calls. Like I like it when I have to wait to see my mom, when I've got, wait for my COVID test to come back, or just if I'm sitting talking to her, because I can totally focus on her and not even be thinking about what I'm doing. So it's good for that. It's just nice to have something like that on the go, that if there is time that you've got that, like, I mean, obviously, even in the car, I'm not going to have a color work project.
No. No.
You know, and a
Anything that you
Kona
need to have
yarn
a
on this
pattern
side and a
for,
Kona
no.
yarn on this side. And
No,
so,
absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for everything.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
So, and I mean, the thing is, it's a finished, once you get it finished, it's something that's pretty versatile, even as far as who you can give it to.
Mm-hmm.
So,
just Leah does point out that when you download the pattern for the scarf, you do get a picture with it.
okay.
Sarah had mentioned likely the designer didn't own the copyright to have that picture. So maybe
I see.
Maybe she will update that picture with
once
an
people
actual,
have got it done.
Yeah, once she's actually hand knit it. Like maybe she
Yep.
just graphed out the pattern and maybe hasn't finished hers yet. I'm not sure. But and Cherie mentions that it's really close to 1 year for our lives. Has it been a year?
I think it's pretty close. It might even be, it's right about now. It was either towards the end of February or beginning of March. We'll have to go back and look at the dates.
Yeah.
So, but
okay. Well, yes, it's been another lovely evening, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks so much for joining us.
Natalie got a heel flap finished. Good for you, Natalie. Yay.
I'm at the heel of my sock. That's why I couldn't knit on the sock, because I didn't even want to focus on putting a lifeline in or putting my other needle in. So,
okay. Well, it was a great night.
Yeah.
We will see everybody back here
next week.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we are getting through the month. It's going to be the halfway point next Tuesday.
Yeah, and then we'll be getting out of winter. And I mean, I like winter, but when winter gets towards the end, I'm ready for winter to be over.
Absolutely.
So,
okay.
Okay. Thanks,
Stay
everybody.
safe, everybody.
Yeah.
And
have a great week. Happy knitting, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.